Hello.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
You're already waiting here.
Yeah, it started finally. How are you guys doing?
All good.
Yeah, fine as well.
See folks joining. Let's give a few minutes. Hey, Soumya.
Hey, Janine. Hey, everyone. Hey, Christian.
Hello, hello.
Hey, Priyank. Thanks for joining.
Hey, Jenny.
Okay, let's give a couple of more minutes and then we can kick off. Okay, more and more folks joining. That's good. I would encourage if you guys can please switch on your camera if you can. Thank you. Okay, it's almost 5 past 5. I think we can get started. All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining today. We are very excited because this is our first session for this Adobe user group for AEM in London. Um, we'll start with the introduction first. So, um, I am Jeannie, basically leading this AEM user group for London chapter and speaker for today's session. Currently working as a software engineer in JP Morgan Chase, and I've been knee deep in AEM for a while now, probably over a decade. I'm excited to kick off this London chapter of this AEM user group, a place where we can share tips, knowledge, solve challenges, and push the boundaries of what we can do with Adobe Experience Manager. Yeah, that's a little about me. And now over to you, Soumya.
Yeah, thanks, Junaid. So, hey everyone, I am Soumya Jain and I am co hosting this user group in London with Junaid. Uh, I am a lead software engineer in a field health in London, and it's been a decade for me as well working in this area. So, yeah, excited for the first session that we are having and for the more sessions that we're going to have. So, yeah. And I'll pass on to Christian.
Yeah, hello everyone. Nice to meet you all and nice to see you. So I'm responsible for go-to-market strategy for everything around AEM in EMEA. And I was asked if I could talk a little bit about edge delivery services today in comparison to, let's say, classic cloud service and on-premise installation. And I'm, of course, happy to jump in and to start and have the conversation with you.
Lovely.
Okay, so before we jump into the main discussion, here's a quick look at what's coming up in the AM user group calendar. We have some exciting sessions lined up. So if you see something that interests you, grab your phone and you can scan the QR code on this slide to register. And yeah, it will be a lot of insights in these sessions as well. So and also, this summer, Adobe Skill Exchange is hosting a multi-day digital experience event covering 6 Adobe solutions across 2 consecutive weeks. And for AM specifically, the sessions are happening on Wednesday, August 20th. It's a fully virtual event, so you can join from anywhere, and you will get the chance to learn directly from the Adobe product experts. Registration is open now, and you can scan the QR code on the slide to save your spot. And yeah, so your feedback has always been helpful, and it helps us keep improving these sessions and the AM ecosystem overall. So on this slide, you'll see QR codes for G2 and Trust Radius. So if you could take a minute to leave your review of AM, we would really appreciate it. And as a thank you, you will get a $25 or equivalent GBP reward. And yeah, so with that, let's move from announcements into the main topic for today. I'll hand over back to Janik.
Yes. And before we move to the actual content, I would just like to call out a few house rules. Number one is no self promotion or pitching of any kind is permitted at this Adobe user group events. Uh, do not contact people outside of the user group without their consent. And lastly, if user group members share their use case at this session, please don't share that information without their consent. Next thing is, as you might have already noticed, this meeting is being recorded uh, and it will be used for training and promotion purpose. So if you do not wish to participate in this live recorded session, please feel free to watch the recording at a later time and which will be sent across after this meeting. And if you have any questions, you can reach out to this email address mentioned on the slide. Uh, and if you have not already registered, this is the link to the London chapter. So I would encourage everyone to join if not already done, so that you are in touch with all the future events or any notifications coming from this chapter. Okay.
Sorry, Junaid. OS has his hands raised up, so can
Yes. Yes. Go for it.
Sorry, that was by accident.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so finally, here's the agenda, what we'll be talking about today. So we'll start with what AEM landscape is in 2025. Then we'll talk about the end of life timelines for AEM 6.5 and Oracle Java. Then we'll talk about AEM 6.5 LTS, which is the new offering called long-term support. And then we have AEM as a cloud service, followed by edge delivery services, and we'll talk about benefits and considerations. And lastly, we'll talk about how to decide what's right for you. And we'll open up this chat for questions. Okay, so this AEM landscape in 2025. Uh, Here, basically, as you know, AEM 6.5 has been around for more than 6 years, and it has been widely used across organizations. And it relatively supports two models, which is the operating models of on-premise and AEM as a managed service. And in 2025, there are two more options which are made available. Uh, I mean, it's already there, but one of which was recently made available was AEM 6.5 LTS, which was internally called as AEM 6.5 2025, or you might have heard names calling as AEM 6.6. And then AEM as a cloud service, which has been around for a long time now. So we'll talk about this as well. Um and talking about AEM 6.5, which supports Java 8 and 11 versions, it has already served community well for over 6+ years. But here's what's ahead. So as you can see on the slide, the end of life for 6.5 is in 2027 of February, which is about a year and a half from now. And the extended core support is in 2028. Now, one of the key reasons, one of the key reasons behind this is Java, which is the backbone of AEM, and Oracle Java 8 and 11, which AEM supports, are reaching end of their lives. So as you can see in the table below, Java 8 and Java 11 Premier support has already ended, and it's currently undergoing in the extended support lifecycle. So if there are security updates or things like that, it's mainly rolled out on the newer versions, which is Java 17 and 21. So that was basically the reason why AEM launched this AEM 6.5 long-term support. So it was recently launched in March 2025. It's built using AEM 6.5 Service Pack 22. So all the previous updates of service packs are included. So you don't need to have a patch after this. Of course, there'll be new patches coming, Service Pack 23, 4, and all, which can be done at a later point. And as I recently described, it supports Java 17 and 21. Now, this product does not have any end of life because it's relatively new and it is replacing AEM 6.5. And same like AEM 6.5, it supports on-premise and Adobe Managed Services. It's made for heavy customizations, as you guys have already known, like AEM 6.5. All these customizations can equally support on 6.5 LTS. Obviously, there are a few deprecated APIs and things like that in this new versions, which you guys can follow based on the documentation provided by Adobe. And you have control over all the updates or service packs, which are self-managed in this product. A fun fact for this, as I said earlier, right, it was internally called as AEM 6.6. So the Uber jar, which is needed for the project, so that's still called as AEM 6.6 Uber jar. So just to wanted to call out so that it's not confusing. So as a marketing name, it's AEM 6.5 LTS. Now, what are the benefits of AEM 6.5 LTS? So it's easier to upgrade because it's less than a cloud migration project, but it's more than a service pack update, which we generally do for 6.5. It's long term and support well for stability. It's on premise or self managed flexibility, as we have seen and discussed earlier. It has integration freedom as well, right? So if you have any complex architecture, you can easily fit in this model. And it supports for organization who are not ready for the cloud. So there can be cases where due to infrastructure compliance or integration related issues rise up for enterprises, which is not a clear pathway to move to cloud. So, for examples of this is like government agencies, or there can be financial services sector who cannot easily move to cloud. So this is one of the benefits of moving to AEM 6.5 LTS for those organizations. And speaking of cloud, I will now hand over to Soumya, who will talk about how AEM as a cloud service provides its benefits.
Thank you, Janeed. So, AM as a cloud service was launched in 2020, and as of August 2025, continues to receive monthly feature updates. It's a fully cloud native platform built for scalability and agility, and it runs on Java 17 with Adobe managing compatibility. There's no end of life. It's evergreen model with automatic updates, and those automatic updates are also, are regularly done by Adobe through feature packs and through by running your pipelines, and then it just upgrades your environments to the feature packs. And deployments is a like one nice feature that we have got in the AEM as a cloud service. They are fully managed by Adobe, making it ideal for organizations embracing cloud transformation. It supports lightweight, modular, headless, hybrid customizations with seamless continuous delivery and no manual upgrades needed. And there are a lot of benefits of AEM as a cloud service. So um, can we go to the next slide, Anjali? Yeah, thank you. So here's why actually AEM as a cloud service really stands out. You never have to worry about the upgrades. They happen automatically with no downtime or hassle. It's built in the cloud, so it scales up or down depending on your traffic, staying resilient no matter what. Adobe takes care of all the heavy lifting like infrastructure, backups, and security. So your team can focus on what matters the most, which is building great experiences. And it comes with its own CDN, Fastly, which ensures your site always stay fast and reliable. And if you're working with headless setups or SPAs, it's got you covered with support for content fragments and GraphQL. So we can actually also use AM as for the content and like store the content there, and everything can be fetched in the form of headless APIs. And on top of that, Adobe keeps adding new features regularly to keep you ahead of the game. Moreover, Cloud Manager makes life easier with tools for continuous integration in testing and deployment. And so speaking of Cloud Manager now, so that's a very interesting feature and a tool that came with the tool/dashboard that came with AEM as a cloud service. Cloud Manager is Adobe's DevOps tool for AEM as a cloud service. You can build, test, and deploy with CI/CD pipelines in a secure and controlled environment. It simplifies your development and deployment workflows with integrated pipelines and automations. You can manage your environments pipelines, repositories, and even restore content all in one place. It also has features like domain settings, SSL certificates, if you choose to use Fastly CDN. So you can all manage your domains and SSLs here itself. Also, working alongside, okay, so here you can see a like snapshot of Cloud Manager, in which basically there is, in the side rail, you can see everything: pipelines, repositories, reports, environments. So everything is there at one place. This is a dashboard that most of the clients using AEM as a cloud service uses to control their environments, their pipelines centrally. We also have a very interesting feature in AEM as a cloud service, and even in AEM 6.5 managed services as well, which is Universal Editor. So Universal Editor enables intuitive, collaborative editing experiences that streamline content authoring, and it allows you to edit content directly in a live page view, whether it is in AEM 6.5 managed services, AEM as a cloud service, or edge delivery services. You do not have to go with this universal editor, you do not have to go to the AEM consoles and search for the pages, but you can just control your content directly on a live page view. And since I mentioned EDS, to give you a closer look at edge delivery services, I would like to hand over to Christian to share some insights on that.
Yes, and as you can see, I wanted to keep it a little bit in the same structure here. So comparing this, we released edge delivery services in, is it already October 23? So yes, it's already nearly 2 years.
Christian, sorry to interrupt. I think there's a bit of echo and your voice is hardly audible.
There is echo.
Yeah, seems like.
Here's now.
Sort of. If you can speak a bit more, yeah.
Was it better in the beginning? I don't know. What's happening?
It feels like you're sitting in an isolated room and you're the only one, and
that's what it is. I don't know. Maybe I can use
Okay.
the microphone. Now it's my MacBook. Isn't it better?
A
Now
little better,
it's
yeah.
better, yeah.
Yeah, go
A
for
little
it.
better?
Okay.
Okay.
Elena has said that they can't really hear you. So
I don't know. It's this web application here that does not let me pick my AirPods actually. Maybe if I leave and come back in, the changes better.
Yeah.
Now, is there anything better?
A little better, but yeah, go for it. That's fine.
I don't know. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for that already. Okay, so let me start. So, like 2 years ago, we actually released edge delivery services to everyone and put it on GA. We had something that was very special for the implementation of this specific product, and that's that we started off with a very long co-innovation period. We called these VIP project because we actually had edge delivery websites already running for 1.5 years when we launched it and put it on GA. So we had a lot of experience with existing customers, with new customers in every size and every flavor of how websites could look like. So, and this is something that we kept. So for all the innovation we are now delivering, whatever it might be, it started also with Content Hub and in the asset world. So it's like everywhere. We're actually using co-innovation projects as a way to really sharpen our product launches. And as you can see, this is actually our future delivery or front-end technology stack. So you're very used, I guess, all to publishers and dispatchers and all the likes. And the big question, I guess, is why have we implemented something new? Now, why did we put a new kind of infrastructure next to the one that's already existing, meaning that everyone would need to migrate or re-implement at least parts of the project in order to participate from that? So I guess that's a question that at least I heard multiple times in the past already. So I want to share, let's say, a bit more marketing slides around it. So if you could click for the next slide, please. You can see these are typically the slides that I talk through, which look more like marketing, which is more my role. But of course, I'm also very happy to dive deep into any technical discussion, because that's what my background actually is. But so as you can see, there are, I would say, business reasons on why we made a switch. There are things that are changing in the industry, and of course, 2-3 years ago, no one thought about generative engine optimization. That's a brand new topic that's around now for, let's say, half a year, 1 year maybe, but not much more. But we've seen a lot of buzz everywhere around SEO, of course, and website optimization. And one big reason why we made the change is because we said we need to take ownership of the experience itself. Because like in the past, we gave a lot of that, let's say, ownership to our partners, to the customer itself, and said, okay, you need to take care of things like performance, reliability, scalability, stability, and all of those things. And I think we as a vendor can do better. And so the Edge Delivery Service is a technology that was purposely built around the performance topic. And performance in multiple ways. One is website performance, and the other one is also performance in developing new components. So if you click on the next slide, you can see we call this the performance first architecture or performance first delivery, and now there's parts missing in the slide. Maybe you have to click again. There it is. You can see there are multiple things we're actually doing in order to push performance to new limits. And the performance is something that you can measure in the so-called core web vitals, which is like official standards for performance that also Google takes into account for their ranking criteria. But there's also like an index of the performance, which is a bit easier to understand and also to compare, which is the Lighthouse score. That's taking into account like all the metrics, like when is the first item visible on a page, when is the page fully loaded, when is it interactive, and so on. And it combines them to an index that goes from 0, which is actually quite bad, to 100, which is like the perfect result that you can achieve. And for you to know, 75% of the websites worldwide have a Lighthouse score of 55 or lower. And with Edge Delivery Services, we want all of our customers to be with a perfect Lighthouse score of 100. So that's our own goal. And we are very, let's say, close to it and have that kind of Lighthouse score with all the clients that are live on the website. So if you click on the next slide, you can see that it's not only about the delivery, but it's also about development. So we're not using Java technology anymore for delivering the website. It's only based on HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. And in this case, if you compare this to typical headless systems, which then rely on modern front-end frameworks like React, Angular, and Vue or whatever, we are really working with vanilla JavaScript. Very easy to read, very easy to understand, and very easy to develop. And you only need very little amount of lines of code in order to implement those templates that we call blocks in the world of Edge Delivery Services. And each block consists of a very small JavaScript snippet and the CSS that's relevant for the styling. And to give you some numbers, we have launched Volvo Trucks as one of the very first websites that have been live on Edge Delivery Service already, I would say 1.5 years ago or so. And we really migrated this website in 4 weeks. That was done by a partner, NetCentric. or cognizant-centric, and it was 700 common pages. We kept the same design, kept the same content, but migrated it over to edge delivery services in 4 weeks. And what we're actually currently working on is what we call the Experience Catalyst. We had a demo of this already at Summit in March. It was also part of the sneaks. There was called Project Sideleap. And the idea is that we can automate a lot of the migration that is necessary to create the block elements, the design, and move the content over through AI automatically. And this is something that we plan to launch in Q4. And this will, again, really speed up development and migration to edge delivery services, because we see that all the customers that are using edge delivery services are really not only participating, but they see the results and they always have a positive business impact by having more organic traffic coming to the website, more engagement on the digital channel. So we see the results of companies moving over to the technology. And I think to sum it up, we have one more slide that's highlighting these benefits again, so that you can again have a little bit of comparison. We're delivering the content in order to make it so fast. We're using multiple CDN providers. We've also seen situations a few months ago when one of the CDN providers actually was down. We could move to another one in seconds, which typically is not so easy for most of the companies out there to make that kind of switch, but we have it built into the technology itself, so we could make sure that this works. And we combine this to all the different authoring environments that you know, so we can also keep your cloud service environment as is. We call this crosswalk. You could use the same but have an edge delivery front end, or if you do a re-implementation, of course, we have what we call document authoring, way, for example, to work with Google Doc or Word, or we have our own document authoring environment, and then the universal editor that you've already seen. So, and this is, from our perspective, really the future of delivery in the world of AEM. And with that, I'm happy to start a discussion around, and I'm very curious to see who of you already implemented cloud service, managed service, on-premise, or maybe also edge delivery services. So hope to have a small discussion in a few minutes.
Yeah. So thanks, Christian, for the insightful view of edge delivery services. That really helped clarify what EDS brings to the table. And now let's zoom out and look at the bigger picture when it comes to choosing your AEM platform. So starting with AEM 6.5 LTS, this version is known for its deep customization capabilities and full control over your environment, as we already seen. It's ideal for teams that prefer to manage their own upgrades, infrastructure, and maintenance. Whether you run it on-premise or leverage Adobe Managed Services, AEM 6.5 LTS offers a stable and predictable platform. It's a great fit if you have complex, heavy customizations and want a self-managed upgrade cycle. On the other hand, AEM as a cloud service represents the next generation of digital experience platform. And the platform automatically adjusts to your traffic. With Fastly CDN integration, your site always stays fast. And it supports modern development methods like headless, content delivery using content fragments, experience fragments, and GraphQL. And its faster time to market and robust enterprise-grade security make it an ideal solution for organizations ready to move to cloud. Both approaches come with their own strength. Your decision ultimately depends on your organization's current readiness, risk appetite, technical priorities, and long-term goals. So whether you need a full control or heavy customization or want to focus on speed, scalability, and innovation, there is a solution tailored for you. And to wrap up, I'll just pass on to Janeet for the, yeah. So we'll just open up for the questions. So yeah.
Yeah. So this was all about it. And we would like to learn more from you guys who have joined today. Like, what do you prefer? Or what have your experiences been in AEM as a cloud service? Or if someone has actually made their website on EDS made available. So we would like to know more about it. So if anyone is open to speak about it, share their experiences, so that would be great.
It will be great. Yes.
Anyone would like to share experiences? Um,
Okay, we can do like how many of you are using. Yeah, sorry, always. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I guess I can go. Hi everyone, my name is Uwais. I am a solution architect for Invesco. So we have been using AEMs like now 6.5 for the last 6 years, and we are on managed services. And we have considered going to the cloud, AEM as a cloud service a few times. I think the pros and cons that were listed out were the ones we had to decide on as well. Like we needed to do heavy customization, and we've actually customized quite a bit, but we have been running that compatibility checker sort of regularly to see where we are and how much do we need to change to move it to the cloud service. But I think right now what we are restricted with is I think the billing model. Like the number of hits are variable. Even on managed services you have a relatively static cost, so that cost predictability is a bit better on the AMS version rather than the cloud. And the other thing is we are actually using Fastly ourselves. We have heavily customized that. We have a lot of rules running which you can't do with AIM as a cloud service. And I spoke to some other people who actually use AIM as a cloud service, but then put their own Fastly in front of Adobe's Fastly because they wanted that level of customization. And Adobe obviously would not allow, because obviously it's part of a package offering. So I think for us, it has been this case that the use cases that we have, we feel right now with the restrictions that are in place for AIM as a cloud probably don't work. But again, we've been watching it very closely, and what we've understood it with LTS now, it will come onto the same code base as AIM as a cloud. So supposedly we should get newer feature releases faster, because right now 6.5 has been really lagging behind. Some features are probably never going to be available just because of the differences in stack. But what I've understood at least is now we should be getting a bit more. We should be be kept a bit more up to date. But then again, like we'll still keep evaluating whether it's a good time to shift while the cloud version evolves. But right now we are choosing to stay with LTS.
Yeah, that's a good call out actually. So in terms of features, I think universal editor and smart tagging. So these are the two relatively newer features which were backported to
Right.
6.5, and it will be made available in LTS. But as we have just seen, all the new innovations will be made first available on cloud, and depending if it's feasible or not, they will be made available to 6.5 LTS. And I think Soumya would be having some more idea around how Fastly is being used. So if you want to share some more insights around that, Soumya.
Yeah. So Nafeel Health, in the organization that I work, is also right now they are using Cloudflare, but they are also making a shift to Adobe's Fastly. We were with talks with Adobe to for all the WAF and what all it provides. So I am currently leading that, and so in AEM as a cloud service, you can bring your own CDN and have that in front of Adobe's Fastly, and that's totally fine. But if you want to make customizations to Adobe's Fastly, that comes out of the box with AEM as a cloud, then you have to make those customizations to code, which is called like CDN YAML file. And you have to add your domains and SSL certificates in the cloud manager. That we went quite a bit like later. So yeah, I mean, we are also currently doing that. We created a CDN YAML file for dev environment, and there are a lot of routing rules, traffic filter rules, origin filter rules that we did, and we deployed to dev and saw like how it's working. although there are some challenges there to measure the performance and monitoring, because the what do you say, the generic things that like New Relic or maybe like some other monitoring tools doesn't work, and then you have to set your own ELK dashboard for it. So there is quite a learning curve in that, but yeah, once we have made that shift and all, so it would be uh, great if I could give you a session on that as well, like how heavily you can customize the Adobe's Fastly, which comes out of the box. And yeah.
Thank you.
Anyone else who wants to share the experience or any complaints as well? No? Okay. Fine. If anyone has any topics for the next session, so feel free to drop those in the comments, and we'll try our best to speak about that or share experiences about that. And if anyone is interested in speaking for the next event or the next session, then feel free to let us know.
Yeah. Thanks for joining today's sessions, and it was very great to have so many people here. And yeah, don't forget to register for upcoming events via the QR codes we shared earlier. And please leave your feedback. It really helps.
Thank you, guys.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Good
Yeah.
luck.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thanks, everyone.
I think we can stop recording.